Hello, welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast. If you see, I am in my Michael Jackson attire for that Michael movie because I'm gonna talk about that because you know that is my dog. Like that is my number one singer. Like the person I grew up on. Like if you know, if you know me and you've been listening to my podcast, you would know that I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Like if y'all seen my background when I had my apartment, I had his albums on my wall behind me. Then one of my friends gave me a little pop toy of Michael Jackson, and then he got me a Michael Jackson throw cover. And everybody knows anything Michael Jackson related, as I.e. you see the thriller coat too, he, like, let me stop. But but like I said, you see, I have my Michael Jackson attire. I had to wear it because I seen the movie, and like I said before, I'm a big fan of his because I've been listening to him all and throughout my 34 years on this earth. That's all I've been hearing through these eardrums. Michael this, Michael that, he that, he this. Like that's all I know. Like, and I love his music. It's just his legacy is pure and it's no one other than, I ain't gonna go beyond that. Like we already know who he is and how popular he is. I shouldn't have to go on a monologue about that. But let me get back to the introduction. If you don't know, my name is Vontae. What was said, Big Mouth said too much, or whatever you remember the most, and whichever that flows off the tongue the fastest, okay? So, like, share, subscribe this podcast. Feel like my face look like I'm on a cheap camera. Like on my computer, my camera quality look like VHS, but then on my phone it look like DVD, Blu-ray. Like I can see the difference. It look like somebody holding a video camera, like the ones if they went to without the cord, not the ones you had to plug into the wall with the big block. Like that is some real old crap. But the whole shoulder thing, because you had to make sure your shoulder was protected. But like I said, like, share, subscribe, show it to your mother, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, whoever. Anybody can listen to my podcast because my podcast is about any and everything. It's mostly about everything that we talk about or we don't talk about, or sometimes we just skate on past about. But I normally start off with a random question, but I don't got one today right now. Like, I normally come up with one on my own or I'll Google some, but this time I ain't really do it because this is like early recording. Like that's why I'm glad I'm doing this by myself because I can wake up at any time and do this because this right now it is at 1:21 a.m. in the morning and I'm doing this and I can't call a guest, not a guest, but my co-host and say, hey, I'm ready to podcast right now at 1:21 a.m. Get up. You can look at me like, boy, if you don't get off my line or not even answer. So I'm glad I'm doing this by myself to the point where once I get able to get my own footing and my own like studio where I can do it the way I want it and this is mine and I'm actually getting paid to podcast and all of that. Once I get to that level, I'm gonna have co-host because I want to spread the wealth. I want to spread my platform. I want everybody to know my podcast and see me on red carpets, on doing adventures like taking this podcast to cooking, then I'm doing traveling, then I'm doing a whole bunch of other things out there with this podcast. Like I want to see it grow so much that I'm helping other podcasters get on too. Like I interview other podcasters in other countries and learn about their culture and how they podcast and this and that to this podcast to do so much. Like I'm trying to make sure this podcast do a lot, like other than me just sitting in this chair. Like I'm more than just sitting still. I have a lot of energy. Now I'm a bubbly person. If y'all see on my videos, my little dancing videos, how I'm always dancing and moving around because I'm a ball of energy. I just don't like sitting still. But y'all only get me sitting still right now temporarily. But when I get upgraded on my podcast, I thought I touched something, but I didn't. But out the belt. I mean the zipper. I thought I touched something else. But yeah. But like I said, this podcast can go far. And that's what I wanted to do. But a little update on me. My mental health check, I always do that with myself and my guests when I have them up here. But my mental health check, like I said, 1 is crash out, 5 is good. Right now I'm at a 3. I'm feeling good. I just need to get, like I keep saying, I need to get me a full-time job. But the way these jobs are going, it's kind of hard to search for a job if we got AI filtering out the resumes and you filtering your resume to slip through their cracks to get your resume noticed. So you're battling AI with another AI, and AI can't even help you get a job. And you're using AI to rig your resume to get through. So it's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, if AI is supposed to be replacing us, I don't understand how people that work for a company knows what the company is going to do, but you don't tell the secrets. You could create an anonymous account, hide your face, disguise your voice, tell your job secrets, and still get paid. You don't gotta hold it like it's the Krabby Patty secret formula. Spread it. Who cares? The company's still gonna get money with or without you being there. It's just the fact that they don't need to make as much money and you make less money and you doing all the legwork. Make that make sense. You want to make sure that your job is getting paid for and you're secure. So then, and when push comes to shove, take the information that you use with that company that you work for and make your own company as a competitor. That's how you come up. And, so therefore that when it comes time for them to give you the boot, you already got a solid footing in your own business that you created as you along at your own job. So therefore, you can be self-employed so that when the job goes under or they start slashing jobs, you will have your own to fall back on. So therefore, everybody can be self-employed and everybody can have money. What's so hard about that? Tell secrets. But like I went on that little rant that took up one of my, I did 2 podcast topics in one. I did my intro and my topic. But podcast update is I'm start going to post more as little as it goes on. I'm slowly chugging along with trying to post more and trying to be more active on social media because I do have a lot of videos that I can post with a lot of engagement and just chop it up and just post the podcast. Yeah, I need to keep that in my own head and not say it out loud. But yeah, I'm just trying to get in the flow of things with this podcast. But it's flowing and it's going and I'm trying to keep it going. I just need to go live. I just got to figure out my work schedule. And once I get my work schedule down pat and what I got to do, I'm going to start going live so I can get more engagement and start getting some money coming in because if I can't get a job and a big work from home, I got to get money for somewhere if this podcast ain't making me no money. And if people want to support me, hit up my Cash App, okay? If you want to support me, hit up my Cash App. It will be in the bio of every video. And it is, I'm going to say it to you now. It is WUT. It's my name. What was said? With 3 D's without the underscore. Now, I don't know if you see my name anywhere on the screen when I post this video or whatever video I post. My name is going to be somewhere on my page. And when you see it, it's going to be what was said with 3 D's at the end as my Cash App. So therefore, you can support me to go, like I said, to this Chris Brown and Usher concert. I want to go. If I know if I can't make it, it's okay. It's not gonna be the end of the world. I wish I could go, but if somebody can support me to go so I can blog about it for my podcast, by any means, I will go. If somebody willing to support me to go, I will pack my bags and go quickly on over there and do what I gotta do. Because right now, these pockets that I got ain't enough of form, afterpay, and other layaway programs to help me. I would need a layaway program to let me put $1 a day up there, okay? $1 a day, or put whatever little I can and spread it on out. I need a foot long sub. Like, I need that money spread on out, trickling on out throughout the whole year. Because if I'm going to a Chris Brown concert, this is my thought. Because I had to weigh my spending for my JoJo concert and spending for a Chris Brown concert. And I said, okay, JoJo ticket was about 5 something. But I got a meet and greet. So I got to meet her, take a picture with her, and have a conversation with her before the concert. And was able to get in the concert before everybody else and get the front row filled. Okay. So with that, with my $500, that's what came with JoJo. JoJo came with a meet and greet package. I pay about $500 and some dollars for Chris Brown tickets, or 3 something, and might as well say about 4 or 5, depending on what ticket I get and what seating. About 5 something for just a seat. I would rather pay the $500 for JoJo, because at least I got to do a meet and greet. Because if I'm going to a Chris Brown and Usher concert, I want to be able to have a conversation with them, take a picture with them. That's the ticket that I want to get. I don't want to have a ticket where I'm just sitting and watching you, and I can't even touch you. You can't even touch my hand. I can't see you. Like, I'm sitting from afar. I'm not trying to judge anybody's ticket, but I just feel like the pricing of what I paid for JoJo, I would be like, I'd rather pay more the price I paid for JoJo than just a seat for the concert. Because the seat for the concert, no. It's just a seat. You just sitting still. And that's it. Like, I want to get extra. That seat better come with Chris Brown and Usher bent over in the room for me. Or something. Because somebody's going to be, okay, not to be vulgar, but you know what I meant. Somebody's going to be doing something. I mean, if I'm paying faster, because which one you bending over? Who? But that's how I feel about the ticket. I would rather do it that way, where, I pay to see them and do a meet and greet versus just a seat. And I can't believe I use AI to help me come up with a savings plan. Now, I'm all against using AI, but the way I use it is to help give me an idea or something. If I have an idea, help me create the idea. I'd rather use it to help guide me somewhere, rather than I give you something and you give me all the answers and I don't do no work. I still want to do the legwork. I still got to be behind what I'm doing. I still want to research what I'm doing. I like to find out more information. I just don't want the information fast, like quick in my face. No, I want to learn it, so I want to be able to do it on my own without having to keep going to the internet all the time. I want to be able to find out that information till somebody asks me. I already know it in my brain. I want to keep learning. Like, I guess because I come from the generation where when we had to do research papers, we had to use encyclopedias, almanacs. Yeah, they're going to go into the library, actually researching using that, the Dewey Decimal System for the library books. Like, we had to go in there and read and find, okay, it's on such and such point, this and that. You got to look. And I used to hate looking for a book. Or even when we had to do the, like, this going off topic, but when we had I don't know if every school had this, but the AR test for school. I want to know who remember doing the AR test. And we really had to bring home those reading logs and get them signed by our parents. Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I used to try to forge my mama's signature and lie and act like I read, or either I would just pretend that I read on them sheets sometimes and just fill it out like I did and just tell my mama, here you go, sign it. But that's not right. I should be doing that, like, because I shouldn't be forging my mama information on nobody's stuff. But I can't believe I did that. But like I was saying, like I came from the generation where we had to really do research. We had to write the works cited page. Like it won't know using AI to do your works cited page. You had to look at the format on a sheet of paper or either on one computer screen. And you had to type it in yourself, format it yourself on the computer. The computer helped you a little bit formatting, but you still had to do the format yourself. So you still had to have a mental note of it. So I come from the generation of actually finding out information. Oh, lower my nose. I ain't on drugs, y'all. I ain't on drugs. Oh. I should be doing this on camera. Make sure I know my podcast real. Whew. Okay. Because I can't keep sniffing. Because it sound like it would just irking my nerves that I had to keep doing that. But like I was saying, I forgot where I was. I honestly did. But now that I forgot where I was, now on to the meat and the potatoes of my podcast. Because it's not going to be a long one because I'm already at 16 minutes and I still got other stuff to talk about. And I don't know how long-winded I'm going to be today. But thank God it's me. But like I said, this is my topic number 2, my what was topics. Now, this is a section where I just talk about any popular topics, anything somebody submitted to me or want me to talk about or want me to give me any feedback on. Like, this is the the section where I put it in at. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is why I got on this outfit. And like I told y'all in the beginning, Lord. Like I told y'all in the beginning, why I got on this outfit is because I went to go see the Michael movie. And that's what I'm about to talk about right now. Like, this Michael movie exceeded my expectations. I went into it with an optimistic mindset, knowing that, hey, this is a movie about his life. And I went in there knowing, okay, I know enough information that I'm not going to critique it too hard because everybody else has, and I'm not going to give it, I'm not going to go into it expecting so much because I know they can't put a lot of information in a 2-hour movie. Like they say, they got over 4 hours worth of footage, so they still had to chop some stuff off. So I went into it with an optimistic mindset, knowing that, hey, I already know information, so whatever I know I'm going to know already, but I'm going into it expecting, hey, this is going to be a great movie, like, and it was good. Like, my thoughts on the movie was, I give it a 9.5. Like, I give it a high 9.5 out of 10 because I feel like I wanted to see the making of the song "Lady of My Life." Like, that's one of my favorite songs from this album right here, like this Thriller album. Like, I wanted to see the making of that, and I also wanted to see the making of the Invisible album. But I feel like the Invisible album gotta come later on because it feel like they're gonna make a part 2 of this movie. How disrespectful! But they're supposed to be making a part 2 of the movie, which I feel like we shouldn't see the allegations. I don't want to see them. If I, like Charlamagne the God said, if they add the allegations to the movie, then they should talk about how he beat those allegations and that they lied on Michael Jackson. Like, it gotta show that how they was putting so much effort into trying to bash him because he was telling too much and making so much a positive influence in life. And everybody knows when they see someone as powerful as Michael Jackson, like coming through with powerful, positive music, influencing people, all shapes and colors, and he's telling everybody to love and care, and the other side don't like that. They like us turn each other down because they profit with us being negative than us knowing what they got going on, because they know if we know more, we're going to do more, and we're going to outnumber them and outsmart them. So therefore, they want us to get manipulated. So Michael Jackson was trying to help inform us of what was going on. That's why he came up with the song. They don't really care about us. And he was telling us in that video. And they didn't really want that song out there. But, like I said, I do want to see the Invisible album. And how that happened, I would love to see that. But I know that's going to be like later on. But if we can't see that album, I'm okay with it. Like, the parts that I love is when he was, my two favorite parts was when he was making Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Like, I wanted to get up and start dancing, but I had to contain the little Michael in me. I had to contain the little boy in me because I really want to get up and start dancing. My legs started moving, my head started moving. I'm like, okay, like they really getting me in the spirit. Like I'm enjoying the movie. And when he was a kid, he used to always move as he was singing. And I also heard that from different interviews that I watched from different people where they said Michael was always dancing as he sung. He never stayed still. And I definitely knew that. And it definitely didn't dive into his vitiligo, even though I knew it. At least I knew it in the back of my mouth, okay, he had that. And I know they couldn't really go deeper into it. I mean, they could have gave us a little tidbit more about his skin disease, like let us see when it progressed and how he dealt with it as it progressed throughout his life. Like, as he was getting older, we could have seen like clips of, okay, hey, this is what happened during the time of his vitiligo and how he dealt with that. And also, yeah, I like how they touched on about him getting his head burnt. Like, I seen in a recent documentary how that head burn, messed him up to the point where, he was addicted to the medicine. Like, I don't know if they should have added that in there or if they should have, but I felt like, okay, I already knew it. So if it wasn't added, I wouldn't have cared. Just like I hope I get to see the making of Speed Demon and Smooth Criminal. Like, I hope they add that in there to the next movie. Like, we get to see the making of Smooth Criminal. And I know since Janet went in the movie, we could have seen. I would love to see if they would have shown how Scream was made in part 2. If they do a part 2, I want to see how they did the making of Scream. But it's kind of hard to show the making of Scream if Janet won't include it in the movie. But it's near here or there, she won't include it because the movie was solely about Michael Jackson, even though she was in his life. But it's neither here nor there. I'm not saying it was bad without her, but I understand if she didn't want to be a part of it, that was her decision. Hey, I'm not mad at her. If she want to do it, that's her decision, her life. But I know they cut some scenes due to legal reasons, and I wish we could have. Yeah, I do understand how people say they want to see about his Studio 54 life. When he was going out to the clubs when he was younger and all of that. Like, I would have loved to know that part of Michael, like the Studio 54 type of life, like the life in the disco days, like how everybody was just high and just in the club dancing. Like, 'cause I know I would have loved to fit in because I would have been dancing, having a good time. Ha, 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 staying alive, ha, 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 ha. Like, I would have been gone doing my little disco, hey, like, but I just wouldn't have been doing no drugs. That wouldn't have been nothing I would have been doing. No. I would have stopped right there. I would have been like, scared. Like, I'm stopping right there. I know y'all want to party all night, party all day, but Vontae don't get down that way. Like, I'm just spitting bars, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But I would have loved to see that part of Michael movie also. Like, they would have shown that. But like I said, my thoughts with the negative feedback, I feel like everybody that said the negative feedback, thank y'all for making that movie a number one. Because all that negative feedback that y'all gave, boosted up the movie because you spent your money going to go see it. Just like some people, one girl said that she would rather prefer see the Flex Washington version of that movie. I was like, no, Flex don't even want to see that movie. He don't even want that movie making it light of day. So why would you want to see that movie out of all movies? Like, no way. Like, that is and you know, I'm going down, and like Charlamagne the God said, he was talking about like we shouldn't talk about the allegations unless we're going to talk about how they was negative upon him. Like basically, yeah, he was falsely accused. Like he was acquitted for it. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about how they really dragged Michael Jackson, but we don't need to talk about all of that because for one, they like they lied on the man just to get him gone. And it's just like they can't. I feel like they don't want to see a powerful black man making powerful moves. Like I said before, I ain't gonna repeat myself again because that's a lot to repeat in one whole setting. But I feel like if we're gonna talk about Michael Jackson allegations, why are we not talking about DT's? Let's talk about his. Why we ain't doing that? Like, if we're gonna talk about Michael Jackson being convicted of something, that man that's in the jail now need to be convicted of his. We gotta be fair. We get all these people. Michael Jackson was singing about heal the world from those people. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Like he tried to tell us. Like, I'm confused. Lord, I forgot where I was at on my list. But they said that the movie was a #1 movie too. Like I said, I'm glad everybody made that movie what it was because it made it better. And also, let me see. I got to bring up this screen. Share my screen. Share my screen. Entire screen. Go screen 2. Share. I don't need to let y'all see my goddamn. Oh, y'all get to see my lovely face. Okay, there we go. Open hyperlink. Now, this is something that happened on about PlayStation. Now they're saying, do you understand what happened to PlayStation? They said yesterday they quietly turned your game console, your game purchases into a 30-day subscription. No announcement, no warning. You didn't rent it. You bought it. So every new PSN purchase has now 30-day validation timer. Timer hit 0, game locked. CTMO's battery dies, game locked. No internet for a month, game equal lock. Even free demos have a time on it. Game brought March 2nd, no timer, works forever. So now what they're saying is, I got something that simplified it for me because I was not understanding all of that. But this is for y'all gamers out there. They say PlayStation has rolled out DRM on PS4, PS5 digital games requiring online check-ins every 30 days. Newly purchased digital games now need to connect to PlayStation Network every 30 days to verify the license. If the console stays offline for more than 30 days, the game may stop working until an internet connection is made. So, that means that, to me in layman's terms, that you got to make sure you signed into your PlayStation Network a lot now, which is sad. that this is what everybody paid for, and I don't understand how people work in these companies and not telling us what's going on before it happens. Like, let us know from a secret page. You can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. That ain't doing, you ain't getting, there's no harm, no foul if you tell one person to tell another person, because everybody can't get fired from that company if they don't work there. If they don't work there, they can't get fired. So how can you get in trouble if you just telling a friend to tell another friend? Don't nobody know. We're just trying to pass on the word so we can be ahead of the game, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, these billionaires is still going to be rich. And we're going to still be fighting for dollars. So why are we sitting here keeping them rich? Spread the secrets. This ain't the Krabby Patty formula. Spread the secrets. Tell it. Like, why keep it? Like, That's why I left Geico. Because I knew that insurance is a scam. I known it, and I couldn't keep scamming people and lying to people about why their policies was going up, and I just couldn't deal with it. It just couldn't. I can't sell anything if I don't believe in it. I can't do that, because I would hate for somebody to lie and scheme me out of my hard-earned money, and I'm broke and struggling, and I don't have enough money, and I know how hard the struggle is, and I'm still trying to get money out of you to help this business stay in business and keep money on my table. So I got to take from your table to feed my family, and then feed the rich people family, and they still feed their family beyond years. But I'm still got to lie to my people to get your money to give to them and to give to me. Like, but I get portions of your money. No, the cycle stops with me. We got to get out this cycle, become better people. But we need to go back to purchasing physical copies of stuff. Like, we need to go back to that. And then also, I seen this video. What it said? Okay. Put this right here. I need to just pull up all the tabs I'm going to talk about, because it makes it so much easier. So then I don't got to keep doing it. Yup. So I got to hurry up and do this. Lord, this is a lot. Okay. There we go. Oof. There was a lot of movement from my eyes to be staring at one screen. Nope. Gotta do this again. Because I don't think I shared with sound. Ooh, entire screen. Yes. Screen 2. There we go. Now this looks so stupid. Why is it? said it solves a lot of work-related issues. You still have work-related issues, even with robots too, because they can malfunction and stuff, crap like that. Like robots malfunction too. They gonna do the same thing. So what's the difference? I'm confused. We need to stop letting this stuff get past us. Like you see how hard that robot was got to go, man, that they got to go pan. Now what stops that robot from coming out here and banging on one of our heads like a drum? Like, come on, make that make sense. You see how hard that robot was pushing that devil was angry. What what would what if what if the robot get mad and want to hit one of the people? Like, we need to do better. Like, this ain't it. Like, this can't be our life. Cause I'm not going to a restaurant that don't have humans in it. I need to see a human cooking my food. I need it seasoned like a human. A robot don't have taste receptors. They don't have taste buds. They don't have that. No. With the sound button. And I do understand when she said there is a window because you gotta understand it's either you in that window of hey, like she was about to say, hey, your baby mama sleep, so you wanna come and creep. So either when you one of those type of DLs or you're one of those like late at night DLs where you wanna only do this at night when nobody's around. It's different levels. So it's like that's why I don't mess with the DL culture because I feel like with me, I'm too aggressive. Like I can never mess with a DL person because I'm too aggressive till I feel like I don't want to get to know you. If I know what we're going to do in the bedroom, why am I getting to know you? Like I'm not trying to get to know you. I'm just trying to get here to be for turn this long term to a short time because I know we're not here for to get to know each other. I already know what we want to do and what I'm trying to do. Like it's either we gonna do this or we ain't, and then we gonna be gone. Like that's it. Like we in or we out. Like I'm trying to get down. I ain't got time to sit here talk to get to know you, get to know your name and all of this. What's your number? What's your name? Nah, we just need to get to where we're going and get out of here. I already know what we gotta do. I already know what the program is. I already know I gotta lie. I gotta pretend this, do that. Come on, like it's, I ain't got time. Like that's why I know I'm too aggressive for them. Cause they want me to take. Like no, why? You I'm more girl than the girl that you dating. Now you don't want to talk to me because I'm being too aggressive. If I know I couldn't do it. Mm-mm. That is so sad. 6 children and his wife. Woo. I don't even want to talk no more about it because it's just sad all the way around. Like six. Ooh, that is so sad. Now this is from my 757 people, my Norfolk Virginia people, Virginia people, anybody that's part of Virginia in the 757 that come down here, wherever you at. I can't believe they finally let go of that curfew. They still need to keep it for the people that's under 21. Keep it for them. But the one that's over 21, we don't have a curfew because I mean, it's some of us that's bad, but not all of us. Like, we just need to find something for the teenagers to do, but the government took away all of that. Like, so what can they do? But it's still things that's out there that they can do, or we could create things for them to do. That's all you gotta do. But I kind of figured they was gonna end it because, like I said before, they was gonna end it because the places was losing out on money on those busiest days, Fridays and Saturdays after 9. Those the busiest days for bars to get money. So of course they can be losing out on that. Why not? Like, so that's why they had to bring it back. And last but not least topic is a wild armory. Lord, can he talk? A wild armored robbers escaped with 1.8 million in the crash after hitting a Brinks armored truck in Philadelphia. Now, I wish that was me. I would take, if it's two of them, if it's just two of them and they split 1.8 million, however much that is a piece, I would take that and fly my tail out of country immediately after we got our money. Buy a plane ticket with a card, one of them prepaid cards, and be gone. And never come back to the United States. Like, never, ever. Never come back here. Because if I come back here, it's no man's land. Like, I gotta give myself up. They probably still be searching for me 15 years later, 20 years later, still searching for me. I'll be gone, tripling that money, doing whatever I gotta do with that money to make it more than what it is, so I can still survive for the rest of my life and actually have no reason to come back here, but just to tell people to fly my items that's in storage to where I'm at. Like, I still gotta get my stuff from storage, and I gotta get my dog. Like, oh yeah, my dog coming with me on the plane anyway, because if I'm leaving on a plane, he coming with me on the plane too that day. Like, and I'm that much money. Oh, trust and believe, but that means that I will have to give up my podcast. But I will try to find a way. That I know some people out here. I know it's that little dude from Kim Possible. I know some little smart people like him in the room that know got hidden VPNs out here that's hiding stuff under the dark web, is what you call it, the black market. Like, I know it's a hidden VPN you can give me so I can still podcast and nobody can't find my location. Like, I want to be like the James Bond movies or any movie where anytime you watch my video, the VPN can't be traced. Like, it'll just go back to an address. I just want, if it's the way to manipulate the algorithm of my VPN to go back to the person's house that's searching for it. So when they search my VPN or my IP address, it would go back to the person that's wherever the location of the person searching at. Oof, it feel like I went around the block. Let's say something, but oof. I talked about my Michael podcast. My Michael. I got to go Michael movie. Like I said before, I'm gonna reverse it back. That movie was a great movie. I want to go see it again and again. Like, that's a movie I gotta purchase on physical copy. And I'm glad I got physical copies of his concerts and his music videos. Because I got his Michael Jackson #1 DVD. And I got another DVD. I gotta find it. But I got 2 DVDs of his. And I got his Moonwalker DVD too. And 2 of his Thriller CDs. And I got 2 of his records. His Off the Wall and Thriller. So yeah, I'm building my Michael Jackson memorabilia, as y'all can tell. And that's why I said I still got the jacket. It's still good. I should have wore it to the video, to the movies, because I saw a dude wearing his beaded jacket, and I should have worn my Thriller coat. But I was in the mood of, I don't want to do it. No, I'm scared. Like, nah, ain't nobody gonna do it. I don't want to be the only one. And I should have did it anyway. I be coming up with ideas and stuff. I need to just go ahead and just do it. Like, I need to take a page out of Nike. And oh yeah, before I end this podcast, I had to talk about a couple things. Why everybody didn't wait to buy the Chris Brown and Usher ticket? Or, I'm saying Chris Brown and Usher too. Why didn't Chris Brown and Usher move the ticket dates to after the lawsuit with Live Nation and Ticketmaster was over, since they price gouging on the tickets, so people can see the real price of the ticket will be without them price gouging? Like, because at the end of the day, people need to know how much the ticket really is. Because if they doing a lawsuit and they in court for price gouging, I would think I want to spend my money with a company that's overcharging. So now we're playing into the hand of what they went to court for. Everybody still want to pay for them hotel tickets after they went to court for price gouging and saying that they robbing people blind. Y'all are making these people rich. And they staying rich and they laughing at us. Come on now, make it make sense. We got to be smart with our money. And I can't believe that they adding rotisserie chicken to the court as an act. And the act is called the Hot Rotisserie Chicken Act. I'm going to say it again. It is called the Hot Rotisserie Chicken Act. And they're trying to make it that we'll be able to purchase some hot foods or rotisserie chicken because we can eat healthy. But how is buying rotisserie chicken healthy? I don't know if it is or isn't. I'm not a health expert. Y'all can tell me if it is or isn't. But how is that eating healthy? Or buying hot foods, eating healthy, when some of the food that you give us isn't good for us? And then it's already sounding racist when it's called the Hot Rotisserie Chicken Act. Like, how many of us eat those hot rotisserie chickens? Like, who eats rotisserie chickens like that? I mean, I know it look good sometimes. I just like the legs and that's it. After that, I'm done with the chicken. I don't want no more parts of the bird, just the legs. But this it sounded kind of racist, but I don't know. I just feel like if they're trying to get us to get hot foods, but you're telling us that we can't buy sugary foods, but you want us to buy food on the go. But y'all can help us eat healthy by lowering the prices of food and giving us real food to eat and stop pumping it with pesticides and all this other stuff that they putting into the foods and stuff like that. If you let us get our own food and let us grow our own food, let us have vegetables in our own backyard, or I mean, we can still have them in our own backyard, but let us do things, some things on our own. Like, I don't know, I just know, just make it better for us, like, so we can, get things done right. Because I feel like the way I feel, America reminds me of a teacher telling you all the answers are A, but you still fail the test after the teacher told you all the answers are A, but you're looking at that test like, how did I fail? And you still confused, but the teacher looking at you like, I told you the answer was A. That's what America is. That right there, that explanation. That's what we are, a laughing joke. We are a laughing joke. We got someone that's not qualified to be a president. You wouldn't let a circus clown fix your car. Come on now. And last but not least, before I get out of here, this Naked and Afraid show. Now, I know it's old, but I'm just watching it a little bit. I could never be in that crowd. I could never be in no Naked and Afraid. For one, I'm never getting naked. And for two, I am afraid of a lot of things. So I wouldn't be out there in that forest naked with no clothes on, stuff biting me. And I can't see. You got insects that I never seen here, there. I'm afraid of tarantulas and snakes. And I can't kill an animal just to survive. I will be surviving off of twigs, branches, leaves, roots. I don't know. I would have been sick of something because I would have ate the wrong berry. Probably got poison ivy or something. Nope. I wouldn't even last a second. Not even a millisecond out there. Because soon they would have told me I got to get naked. I'm saying, I'm out. Bye. I'm not being naked nowhere. Nope. Couldn't do this show. I wouldn't last. But I just want to close out my podcast and say thank y'all for going out there for seeing that Michael movie. Because that movie was good. And bump what all the haters got to say about Michael. Because at the end of the day, y'all still made him famous and made the movie #1. So regardless of the negative commentary, the movie was still good. And I still loved it. That's why I still got my stuff on. But I want y'all to remember, put yourself first because no one else will. Thank y'all for listening. Follow me on social media and all my outlets. And if you want to be a guest, just hit me up in my inbox. I need to invite some guests on up here too. And you can send me a voicemail at 757-993-1377. And you could put any feedback in that voicemail, or anything you want to talk about more of, or you to bring up, you can put it in that voicemail. And like I said before, remember to put yourself first, because no one else will.